Okay, today for our first video interview to Young Sustainable Entrepreneur, we are with Paola Varela, who is a CEO and co-founder of VHero Crackers. So welcome, Paola. It's really nice to meet you.
Thank you very much for having me today. I'm very excited of today's interview.
Okay, so first of all, we want to ask you, what is your business idea in circular bioeconomy?
Okay, well, it's first of all, the company VHero is integrated by the other two co-founders. There are one comes from Vietnam and the other one from Germany. So we are an international team. And the idea born from the three of us, and it's regarding the holistic use of vegetables. So in summary is that we are helping the farmers to rescue the veggies that because of caliber or because they're too big or too small, or also because there was overproduction, don't reach the retail stores. So we help the farmers in taking these veggies and create a healthy, product for human consumption. And because usually about the topic of food waste, we don't see what happens at the primary stage, so with the farmers. And it was very astonished that sometimes they lost 50% of their production because, for example, red beets, we are using that vegetable to create our crackers, are very big. So even though the retailers want to help, because there are also a lot of initiatives there, people will not buy a 2 kilos red beet to take away home. So that is, for example, something where we say, okay, we take over that vegetables and we produce it onto a healthy cracker.
Mm-hmm. And so what inspired you in particular to start your business?
Sorry?
What inspired you to start your business?
Okay, I think that I will start that before I studied bioeconomy at the University of Hohenheim. I studied international business and economics, and I was involved in linear businesses, not really circular businesses. And I always felt that disconnection of the way that I wanted to drive my life, because I give a lot of value to sustainability and to what actually I do professionally. So I always feel disconnected. When I started my master, and it was so focused on that topic, circular economy and bioeconomy, I realized, hey, here I have the chance to actually have a professional life that's synchronized with my personal values. So of that, I'm very inspired that I'm going with what I believe.
Okay, so your study and career path were really in a certain way linked to what you are doing now as a business woman.
Yes.
Okay, and so let's do this exercise. Let us imagine how is you working in your company. So just describe to us what is your typical working day.
Okay, well, right now, because I'm also a master's student, I'm finishing my thesis. I will say that I try to divide somehow my week. So, for example, today is to my master thesis that I'm going to finalize. And the rest of the days, I focus on the company that I'm building with the other two girls. So, but sometimes doesn't work like that because everything's, you get some calls, you get some emails. So in a typical day, I somehow, some hours of my day I destinate to the startup, and the other 3 days are full about the startup, meetings with my team, meetings with our, something that I would like to share is that also our company is being financed by a venture capitalist, a retailer group in Belgium. So meeting with our coaches, meeting with our sponsors, and also to our producers. So actually it's not boring, it's quite, it's a startup. So a startup is always very, very fast. It actually, when you realize what you learn at school, the theory, everything, how the flow, how the steps to build a startup, it might end up, but a lot more faster. So it's quite hectic, to say it that way.
Mm-hmm. And what are the challenges that you as a young sustainable entrepreneur had to face, and in particular as a startup? So I guess that teamwork, for example, it was a really important ingredient for the success of a startup.
I think that, for example, the challenges for young sustainable entrepreneurs is that sometimes you have you want to build everything sustainable, of course, that's the goal. But sometimes there's trade-offs. because you have to also build a sustainable economic business. And it's important that we are able to recognize which are the trade-offs that you will take over to make a realistic business and sustainable economic business. And also, I think that personally, the fear of you're going to invest a lot of time and you're going to invest a lot of effort that today will not be paid off. So obviously you are fear that I'm investing already into 1 year, for example, and what happened if it doesn't work out. So if you truly believe that your business idea is something worth it, that you need to stand up for that and just go there and not because I don't have right now a salary, or I'm giving up some jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid. If you really believe on that and your business, and you also, also not to be just, it's important to be a dreamer, but also, I'm having the tools, for example, we have in this venture capitalist that is investing on us. So this makes somehow more stable the situation. So don't be afraid of that. And also about the teamwork, I very strongly, we have a very diverse team. So we are a Vietnam, our food scientist come from Vietnam, and the other member come from Germany, and I am a Mexican. So obviously sometimes we have very different opinions and very different perspectives, and it's sometimes we need to find our way in the middle. But I think that diversity is the most important key ingredient for a team. Because you have a complete, a more holistic perspective of everything. And even though sometimes it's challenging to find the middle point, it's something that's really, really, truly worth it. So I would also suggest that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really interesting, this concept of the holistic way also to embrace different opinions. And the diversity, it's really a plus in this context and in general in a successful and creative environment, also in the business context. And so the very last question is, what is your advice to students willing to embrace this new sustainable and innovative careers in the bioeconomy?
Okay, I will say that be fearless. So if you do believe that your business idea brings something to the world, and if you can just visualize doing that in your life, just go ahead and do it. I think that as a student, it's the best time to embrace such an adventure as well. So go ahead, don't be afraid. I will also suggest that support other startups, because startups need a lot of help at the beginning and you feel alone sometimes. But I remember that a lot of startups helped me with very little advices, and it really helped me a lot. So always support each other, bring diversity in your team, as mentioned before, and also international, also an international diverse team. And don't be afraid of doing mistakes. You will do a lot of mistakes. But the most important thing is that these mistakes, you really do everything to do it correctly. But if it happens, it's just a learning experience. Obviously, it's not something fun. And sometimes it's a little bit sad, but you learn. So don't be afraid of doing mistakes. Connect to others, very important. And it's amazing the support that you find in other people just by asking. Even though you have never met this person, I don't know, for example, I didn't use LinkedIn before so much, but now with the startup, I'm using it. And I was at the beginning a little bit afraid of, maybe people will not answer me back because they don't know me, and our company is still not in the shelf. But it was amazing that people were actually responding to me, and they even say, let's have a call meeting. Let's have, show me your product or something. I can give you some feedback. So really the support that is outside is very, very grateful. So don't be afraid to ask. And do it now. I think that right now is the best moment to do it as a student. Really, I do believe that.
Okay, great. So it is very inspiring also for me to learn how young entrepreneurs like you are really experimenting in this innovative solutions in the circular bioeconomy, and I can really perceive also your enthusiasm. So I really hope that it will inspire also many other people, and in particular students and young generations, to really embrace these new innovative careers. So thank you very much, Paola, for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you very much for having me, and looking forward to be again part of these initiatives. I think that they are very, very good for young entrepreneurs